rocket like rocket fuel.
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get up! 180! Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run!
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Alert!
Play action. It's Trubisky. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Flush to his right. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Cousins on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The throw over the middle, taken in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Hey, box truck.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a throw here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
I'm coming after you. Hey, let go.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. They find some open field here. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. First down. Here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Cousins. And that's complete. It's Allington. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Good route here.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They go play action. Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Trubisky now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. They'll run on first down. Cohen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Watch one.
Right here, right here.
Mike one. Mike. Hey, seam six. Seam six.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch 10. Watch 10. Single, single. Single, single. Check, 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 check.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intent. Receiver, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Watch one. One. Mike one. Charlie. I smell fear in that offense.
Now it's the backup Mariota. And that is incomplete. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way. Into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got
accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins. Caught. It's Ellington. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19.
And the Vikings 1st down.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
To throw, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Bears take over 2nd and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the 1st half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, 1st half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Mariota now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Give me that ball, defense.
They run with Hines, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Mike, all you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. That's right. So Mike's number 1, Mike's
A first down throw for Mariota. Able to find Shaheen here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Charles, you are the master of abstract facts. So who would you say is the best player ever drafted from Ashland University in Ohio?
How about the only one ever drafted from there? Adam Shaheen, the tight end. Went to the Chicago Bears. Began his college career, though, as a basketball player, Division II in the state of Pennsylvania.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Mike, it's coming this way. Here we go. One. So Mike's
on 3rd down, Mariota. He's got Burton here. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Throwing is Mariota, and it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
So we got man.
Cousins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on, boy.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he finds Cook. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bailey got the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring the... This one out to the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Mariota now just 3 of 6 throwing it, but that last completion gets a first down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mariota now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They go play action. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Third and long here for Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Cousins now. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's complete. It's Allington. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the red zone now, Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Out of his end zone, Mariota eluding the pressure, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Vikings on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Bears take over. They're in the 4th quarter in Denver. The Broncos, they're continuing to pour it on. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. Mariota now to throw on first down. This one into the hands of Burton. And down to the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go! Let's go! At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating. and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Oh, you got deep?
Throwing here, Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Cousins now from the 50. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. On 1st down, Hines. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.